Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Wednesday, June 4th, 2014. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Check out my website because I'm doing a big sale on all my readings and all products, including all my webinars and the new June 2014 webinar that I just did, a 2-hour presentation going into the whole month of June. Mercury retrograde that's coming in the next couple days. There is so much to go over. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, and enter the promo code gratitude. And yes, yesterday we talked about gratitude, how Jupiter, the planet of gratitude, optimism, hope, adventure, searching for more, has now come out of its shadow period, which means it is full force, moving forward and fast, which gives us a new opportunity in our lives to look for more gratitude, to open up doors. And what are these doors we're opening? It's in our feelings, it's in our emotions. This is in Cancer, the area that we root our life. And we talked yesterday a lot about how we're having to root ourselves in the right energy. We're having to make decisions in what aspect of our life are we going to move forward in? Is it based off the right emotions, with the right partnerships? I mean, there's so much in the astrology still of cardinal cross energy because the planets are still in all these cardinal signs. Yes, they're not squaring hard, but you know what? There's still the pressure of determining new directions in our life. And it's interesting because the moon's in Virgo today, which wants to get to the bottom of things and wants to ground and wants to make things happen and wants to manifest and more importantly wants to get things organized. So this is a great day for kind of trying to get things together in your life and getting back on track, maybe getting them back on a schedule. Maybe your schedule's been all over the place and finally today's kind of like, oh, I'm back in schedule mode, back into kind of a reality today. I definitely can see that. What's interesting though is the moon's going to make really powerful aspects all around the chart today. The moon's going to make a nice trine over to Venus. So as we're trying to get our reality together, there's all this energy around, can we get things together? Can we manifest? Can we do it? And especially with Venus and Taurus, it wants to manifest. So this is an excellent day where we can really get clear on what we have to do to manifest in the physical form. Maybe get your schedule back together. Maybe make some decisions in your worth. Maybe you stepping into knowing your worth. This is also Venus making a nice sextile over to Neptune today. So this is where we're having this higher vibrational, kind of more spiritual understanding of what our worth is, what to manifest. This is also an excellent day with relationships. This is one of those days where it's like, wow, maybe it's just crazy with relationships. Just something beautiful can come out of today with the emotions, with Neptune here, maybe something karmic. This is really a great day. What's interesting though is the moon's going to oppose Neptune in the middle of all this. So as we're trying to make all this stuff real and get to the bottom of things and figure things out, there's still this weird energy that we're dealing with in the skies. We're still dealing with this unsure of which direction it's all going. It's like we're riding a wave out there in the middle of the ocean on the boat and we think we're going one direction, and when the wave takes us, we're looking like we're off course now. We're having to redirect course constantly, especially as Mars is in Libra going, should we go this way or do this way? Is that right or is that wrong? Should I do this or should I do that? Should I be with this person or should I be with that person? That's that Libra weighing it all out. And so in our lives, if you even see outside of whether it's, things falling off here, if it's out relationships or so forth, like we're having this time in our lives where there's just so much no way out. It's like everybody is so unsure, you know? It's like, oh, I thought I'm sure, and then I want to redirect it a little bit, and the course was this way, and now the course is that way. This is times to go with that. And today, I think we need to learn that lesson, that even though we're going to get everything of understanding in which direction we can do, our schedule's back. There's an aspect where right when the schedule's done, it's like, the wave pulls us and puts us in a different place, and we kind of have to re-back adjust course, re-back adjust course. The universe just keeps doing that. It's like the compass, you know, you're going to have to, when you steer a ship, you know, when you ride the waves. I was just on a boat the other weekend, like you ride the waves. You just don't go straight in a line on an ocean or in a lake. You really go, okay, all the waves are going this way, let's take it to make the ride more enjoyable for everybody else. And that's where the universe has us right now, is we're learning to manifest on the fly. We're learning to redirect on the fly. And today really will highlight that. Especially as we come into tonight, the moon's going to make a trine over to Pluto, and there's this kind of like this dynamic understanding of planning and this dynamic understanding of manifesting. But that course direction that I talk about. Plus, there's so many sensitivities right now in the astrology. The sensitivity of feeling wounded, that maybe you've been given a bad hand, or maybe, you know, the universe is like making it so confusing you don't know which direction to go, and you're deceived, or you feel like people are just not giving all the right information to you, and information starting to get really kind of clustered as Mercury's ready to go retrograde the next couple days in Cancer. We have all this energy in water. We've got Neptune, we got Saturn, we got Jupiter. And so we talked about gratitude yesterday because our emotions are going to overwhelm us. And then you know what? When you get frustrated or whatever, your emotions could root you into an ungratitude place or a place of gratitude. It's going to be pretty simple. A closed point of view or an open point of view, a happy point of view or a negative point of view. I mean, this kind of energy is really intense right now. And there's kind of like this duality. There's the duality of Libra and weighing it out. There's the duality of Gemini that we're in with our attitudes and what we're communicating and how we're pushing our attitudes that are clear as a bell. You can see through somebody's truth right through the way that they communicate, right through the way that they aspect themselves out. So this is a very clear indication of how people's gratitude is, how open they really are right now, how their feelings really are. The exposing is going on rapidly. We just had the Sun quincunx Pluto yesterday. I talked yesterday about this exposing. I talked yesterday about this ending. We need to change, and I think that we all have. And I think that today, remember, a moon in Virgo and a sun in Gemini can be where we're all over the place. And even though there's this energy to want to ground, and there's this energy of all these emotions and sensitivity, there's an aspect that needs to learn to kind of go with the fly and kind of adjust the ship with the fly as well. And remember, Mercury's about to go retrograde. So it's going to recover our feelings. I think there's a lot of feeling for us to go into as we all kind of don't know where this is all going. We're not even unsure of how we all feel exactly. So this could be a Mercury retrograde that saves us in many ways, that finally helps us to understand more of our feelings, because the universe has made so many crazy adjustments in our life that we're all kind of in the middle of it still, and we're all waiting for all the courses to get back on track and concrete and move forward so we can blast off 100 miles an hour, especially as Mars is starting to pressure and make a square to Pluto. There's this intensity of us wanting to make some commitments and us wanting to charge forward and make some powerful changes happen in our life. But there's still something not making that happen yet. The card of the day is, well, this is kind of funny. It's the Seven of Swords reversed. So I think that one thing is about the Seven of Swords, sometimes it's looked at as people stealing or people doing deceptive things. When it's reversed, you know what? Maybe your intuition might be off too. One thing about Neptune squares and opposing, and as Mercury or the moon is in Virgo and opposing this, like maybe there's nothing too deceptive going on in your life. So maybe you don't need to trip out. The other thing is like, you know what, maybe you do need to bring looking at the details more. This is a card where you can't miss details. Like you didn't see that guy, he was stealing behind you or your back. Maybe in your life, like there's more details to look at, and that's what the moon in Virgo is at today. That's what I'm getting off this card, is there's things to not try and miss. Like don't overlook something, relook at it twice today. We've got a sun in Gemini, we've got a moon in Virgo. And maybe it's in yourself. Maybe there's things you need to look at in recoursing your life differently, redirecting your life, getting it more organized, checking your gratitude, checking your attitude, and making sure all these places are in the right place, making sure you're even pushing for the right thing. And if you're able to push on the fly, if you're somebody who's willing to only go one direction only and you're charging the ship, but the waves are pulling you one direction and you're trying to go through, you might be that guy that, you know, sinks the ship. You know, I don't know if you ever saw Wolf of Wall Street and how they're like, no, we're just going to go out. We need to go there for the $1 million. And they're like, well, we can't go. The storm's bad. It's like, well, no, we're going to go anyways. It's like, no, like maybe we don't need to push so hard, especially as Mars is starting to square Pluto. We might be like, I want to go this direction in my life. I want to do this with this person. I want to do this with that person. I want to do this with this energy. I want to do this with that. And we might need to pay attention now and be like, oh, whoa, before I push the hammer down so hard here, I need to see where is the energy flowing, and to not trip out if it's flowing in a direction that's not exactly where you want to go yet. Maybe there's a reason why it's directing you another way, and it's that gratitude attitude which will save you. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you tomorrow.